Right, that is Dreams by Benson. That is also YouTube royalty-free music. So I just wanted to make sure I pointed that out. Okay, so hi, again. Okay, so what happened? I gotta point this out. So I did the whole podcast, and I didn't have sound on. Yeah, thanks Political Coffee for letting me know. If I wasn't so busy paying attention to my monikers, I probably would have been able to figure that out. But yeah, so I went through a whole 45 minutes, and yeah, that's okay though. So we're gonna do it again, right? Because I believe in getting it right. So hi, my name is Monica RW, and known as Monica the Insurance Consultants. We are with MRW Solutions Group, and we're going to be talking about today ACA. Now, I am first time on HAPS. I'll let you know that. So that's probably why I hadn't got all of those little things right about make sure you turn your mic on. If the little mic monitor is not moving green, that means that your mic is not on and you're just sitting over here talking to you like yourself. But either way, it's cool because we're back. And I'm going to do the show again because I really want to get at this information about the ACA. So, Are You Covered Enough is our podcast. Normally, we stream our show on StreamYard. So I'm going to tell you how we got to HAPS TV, right? So I'm on Twitter, and Twitter is one of the things that I do. And so I've been following for a while Revolution McNinnis, right? And so I was like, oh wow, he does this thing with HAPS. It'd be in the corner of his podcast he does. If you don't know who he is, you can go and find him on Twitter at News for Left, right? News for Left. Now I'll put it up here real quick in the notifier. Yep. Okay. Yep. I think I got it. Let's push that to program. And yay. Yes. Okay. So I follow him on Twitter, and I was like, oh, HAPS TV. Okay. I wonder if that's something we could like do the Are You Covered Enough podcast from, right? I didn't know. So I was like, okay, 4 days ago, I kind of signed up for it, and I was really excited about the setup. The setup is just awesome. It is. Now I used to podcast for 7 years. That was in political. Some people may know that podcast I did for 7 years. It used to be called IU News Talk, right? And then we went to Independent Underground after that, right? And we did the podcast for 7 years, interviewed so many people. I had my co-host for a while, Autumn Smith, was my co-host on IU News Talk, and then when I switched it over to Independent Underground, basically I did the show. I did a show 2 nights a week for 2 hours for 7 years. And then I ended up having to close up my podcast because pretty much I ended up taking this role as a local elected official so I can discuss politics the way I like to discuss politics. So to actually get back into, this podcasting room and be able to, and that was just straight podcast. It was no video or anything else. And to be able to get back into the podcasting realm and also have video, oh my God, I am so excited. Now, with this podcast, we won't be discussing politics. I may dip every now and then into a political subject, but it's insurance and business related, so can't dip too far. Right. But if you want to, get your politics groove on big time, do like I do. Listen to, Revolution McNinnis at News for Left on Twitter, and he's on HAPS too. So there you go. So I just want to make sure that folks knew this is how we got here. Really excited to be here. Just too excited to be here. So what we're going to be talking about today. I am going to be talking about ACA. Yay! And we're going to go back back into doing, and so if you watched the first show and you saw graphics and stuff, but you didn't hear sound, now you're actually, that's my fault. It is. My sound is on. I keep looking at this mic monitor to double check. You get to hear sound this time, which is yay. Because you actually will be able to know what I'm saying instead of trying to read my lips. So we're gonna get right into it because I swear I can do this because, like I said, I used to do a 2-hour podcast, like up until about 4.5 years ago. So it's almost like I'm doing a 2-hour podcast because I messed up the first time and forgot to put the mic on. Yeah. So what is MRW Solutions Group? Again, MRW Solutions Group is licensed life, health, and wealth management consultants. We basically cover the great states and many great states, but in the same aspect. We cover the great states of Michigan, Ohio, and Texas, and Virginia. And I'm going to do that South Carolina thing again. South Carolina. Here's the thing, right? If you knew of a rapper, he may still be doing things, called Petey Pablo. Whenever he said South Carolina, he said South Carolina. Yeah, so that's kind of like, but all the states that I cover are important. It's just whenever South Carolina kind of makes it go like that. But so ACA, President Biden has allowed for the ACA to be reopened starting February 15th. And so I'm really excited about it. And I'm really excited to be here on HAPS because it streams on 8 different platforms. And so we're able to tell people, right, that maybe not just on, Facebook, right? They may be on Twitter. They may be on Periscope. They may be on YouTube. They may be on something else, right? We're able to get this information to them and hopefully they'll be able to sign up. We really want to by February 15th, or they have up until May 15th. We'll talk about why you don't want to wait until May 15th. And if you need it, sign up early, get your health care early. And we'll talk about that. So I need to type something in because it didn't transfer over whenever you did this podcast. So yeah, ACA healthcare. All right. Make sure I got my spelling right because I 2:15 reopens, and I'm just gonna put that there. Okay, so say that. So moving on, let me put this notifier up there. So why is this so exciting? Why is this so important, right? To you, to your family, etc. Right? So if you have lost health coverage as a result of this pandemic, or otherwise you can't be covered, right? Because you may have a pre-existing health condition. I talked about the first hour that no one heard me, but either way, you'll hear me now. That sometimes we have ACA, we have employer-based healthcare, right? Okay. You also still have, and a lot of people don't know this, we still have basically regular, like, have to be meeting certain conditions, health insurance, right? That still exists. So just say you needed like a short-term coverage, right? Because you had lost your job. In this case, you lost it after the last ACA open enrollment period, and that would have been November 1st through December 15th. So you lost your job on the 17th of December. Okay. And you needed to sign up for coverage. Well, you could, but you missed the ACA marketplace. So what you would have had to do at that point is that you would have the information from your employer, basically qualifying you for a special enrollment period. And then that would have been uploaded and approved. And meanwhile, between time, while you're waiting on that, you could have got short-term coverage if you lived in Michigan. Short-term coverage is up to 6 months, but we have to, with the short-term coverage, they do basically rate that. So we would have to, see if you got conditions, medical conditions, that may make your rating higher, or sometimes maybe not qualify you for coverage. That's why the ACA being reopened is a godsend, because it's guaranteed issue. So whatever health conditions that you may have, it doesn't really matter. Now, if you smoke, You will be having to pay a little bit higher than people that don't smoke. But whether you have high blood pressure, diabetes, some things that people have, even if you're dealing with the long-term impacts of the pandemic, right? You still can, because there's long haulers, you still can get covered. That's what I think. I just think this is awesome. Now, the first show I showed this, and I'm going to do it again. This time I'm going to get it right. So I showed this article from the New York Times, and I'm going to show it again. May not read as much, but either way. So I think it should be on your screen now. It is. So basically, this is a New York Times article. Actually, it was rewritten today, but the original date it was written was on the 5th. A do-over and enrollment for affordable health care insurance reopens. The 3-month sign-up period begins February 15th as millions of people have lost their jobs and insurance in the pandemic. So we're going to read some of the story. Let me scroll down here. I always like to give credit to the writer. Her name was Ann Carnes. So people who missed open enrollment for the Affordable Care Act health insurance late last year will get another opportunity to sign up starting in mid-February. President Biden signed an executive order last month creating an extra 3-month enrollment period starting February 15th. Customers can shop again for healthcare coverage at healthcare.gov, or they can let us do that for them with MRW Solutions. Now, we're going to explain all that and how it works. And yes, it doesn't cost you any money to allow us to shop the marketplace for you, enroll, and get you enrolled in the plan. None. Zero. None. Okay. So we're going to keep going. Quote, quote, it is a chance for do-over for open enrollment, says Cynthia Cox, director of the Kaiser Family Foundation program on the ACA. Because of the pandemic, millions of people lost their jobs and the insurance that went along with those jobs at a time of heightened health risks. Many of them may found health coverage through Medicaid, the joint federal state insurance program for low-income people, but many remain uninsured. Typically, people may sign up for coverage outside of open enrollment only if they can document special circumstances. Kind of like what I just talked about a little bit earlier before you read the article, like the birth of a child, a marriage, or divorce, or a loss of health insurance. Now, they can generally enroll in ACA plans within 60 days of losing health coverage. If they lost their job recently, they can apply for coverage now, right? But the open enrollment on healthcare.gov ended on December 15th. Dates for state marketplaces may have varied. The extra sign-up period is expected to mimic open enrollment, says Cheryl Fish-Parkham, the director of the Access Alternatives at Family USA, a health insurance advocacy group. In other words, you don't have to prove that you had a change in circumstances. That is so awesome. People who previously had job-based insurance but lost it during the pandemic may not realize that they are probably eligible for financial help, according to an analysis in January by the Urban Institute. Almost half of uninsured adults familiar with state and federal health insurance marketplace plans had not sought information on them, commonly because of cost concerns. Whoops. Okay, we're going to keep going because I'm going to keep reading on this podcast. So, quote unquote, many people have lost employer coverage, may not be familiar with the marketplace because they never had to use it, said Laura Packard, the executive director of Get America Covered, a group that promotes increased health coverage. About 15 million uninsured people are able to buy coverage through the marketplace, and about 9 million of them qualify based on income for free or reduced monthly premium, according to Kaiser analysis. Okay, there's a reason why I kept reading that through, because you know somebody in that 9 million. I can tell you that right now, you do, that don't have health care coverage, that says, okay, I don't think I can afford healthcare, ACA, Obamacare, affordable healthcare, even though it's called affordable. I don't think I can afford it, right? Now, how ACA actually works is, especially if you have someone like us, MRW Solutions Group, working for you, when you go into the marketplace, you get plans, right? Those plans are based on your income and where you live. And so some cases, a lot of cases, you get a lot of plans, right? And so when you work at your employer may give you 2, 3 plans. Some cases they give you one, like, here it is. And you like, yay, let me take it. And so you don't have to really shop to see, okay, if it's getting everything that you need, okay, the cost that's associated with it, the premium, which is now coming from me in comparison to coming from me and my employer. So a lot of people are not very familiar with shopping for healthcare coverage. Well, see, that's the difference. We are familiar with shopping for people for healthcare coverage. And so with our consulting services, that is what we do. And again, free. We do that for free to make sure that it meets your qualifications, your family's, the things that you need in order to make sure you are covered enough. Now, the other thing about ACA, which I just love, is I think I talked about this earlier about guaranteed issue, but it also includes so like these tests, like a lot of tests that you may have to go get, and it's covered for free. So like if you need to go get a mammogram or you need to go get your physical, some cancer screenings, etc., it's already included inside ACA. So even when you use those things, you're not paying anything anyway, but you can also basically get premiums that are low cost, or some cases free, right, depending on income, that you can still have great healthcare coverage, right? Great healthcare coverage, actually. Great. So the reason why I say that story, and particularly, is because, and I want to kind of flip back because I read the whole article earlier, and I'm not going to read it now, but I wanted to talk about the story again about this young man that I met over the holiday. Not the holiday, but last weekend. And I was telling about this embarrassing thing that happened to me, and now I'm about to tell it to 8 different places. So now a lot of people going to know. So I was, and there's a story for this, but I had to put some windshield wiper fluid in my car. Now, normally I go get my oil change. They do that, right? In this case, it's been cold here in Michigan. That's where I live at. And so, I'm like, oh, maybe I used all my windshield wiper fluid because I was pulling the thing and it wasn't working. And so I'm thinking at that point, I need to go get some more windshield wiper fluid. So I go buy some, and get ready to put it, pop the hood, get ready to put it in the car. Now, I saw this. I swear I saw it. There's 2 things that sit next to each other, where the windshield wiper fluid actually goes and where the coolant actually goes. Well, guess where I put it? Yeah, the other one. Where the coolant actually goes. I know. So after it was done, it's like the light bulb went on. Monica, you put that where the coolant was. Now, at that point, I had a literal panic. Call my husband. What do I do? He was like, okay, you go to an oil change place. They can drain that out, right? Flush it out. So I went to the oil change place immediately. And I was talking to this young man. He's 26 while I was there. And I was telling him about, ACA and the reopening of the marketplace and things of that nature. And, we could sign him up at MRW Solutions Group for the ACA. And he was telling me about, he was dealing with this issue with the stomach that he's been dealing with it for about the past 6 months since he turned 26, and he hasn't had coverage. And, he's worried about it. I told him, first of all, it's probably going to be fine. I always like to be encouraging. But he's really happy that I came there the other day and told him that because he heard about it, kind of in passing about ACL opening, but he hadn't had anybody give him the details. And so he was really excited because he'll be able to get coverage, right? And go see about that and what's going on with him. And we are going to get him covered on the 15th. So I say that because it worked out. It must have been a reason why I poured the windshield wiper fluid in the wrong place. But in the same aspect, there's a lot of young people, 26 through 35, and even older people that, don't have healthcare coverage. They think that, oh, I don't need it. I'll be fine. I can just, figure it out. No, you should basically get healthcare coverage. Okay. And you can get it now with the ACA, right? Being reopened on the 15th. And we're going to explain more on that as we go forward. So I want to put up this other notifier. And okay, so who we are, what we do. So we are ACA certified, basically brokerage, right? In other words, we know about the ACA program. We have to get certified by the CMS, Center for Medicaid Services. Every year, we have to have the certification every year so we know how to work the marketplace, right? So what do we do, right? What do we do? Well, let me tell you. And also, we're licensed life, health, and wealth management consultants too. So what do? We search the marketplace for free for you. Free. Free is free. Free does not mean, oh, it's free now. And then no, it's free. So we search the marketplace for you. Then we suggest the best options that are available to fit your budgets and your needs, right? And then we sign you up for ACA at no cost outside of what your plan would be. Yeah, so free actually means free. So when I go back and I say, okay, well, going back to all those plans, you go on healthcare.gov, you got all these plans. What do I do? Well, see, that's what we can do for you is that we actually help you navigate and figure out what it is to do and what it is that's best for you. Yeah, no cost for you. I love talking about that because it really makes me excited. That's why I'm so excited about the ACA reopening. Okay. So again, what states do we cover, right? So we cover Michigan, Ohio, Virginia, South Carolina, and Texas, right? But if you're outside these states, that's okay. We have other licensed insurance agents that we work with that are certified in ACA that we can refer you over to that still will do everything that we would do for you and don't charge you anything in order to get you covered. So either way, you can still get covered. That is so awesome. I am so happy about that, right? No additional cost too. So the next question that comes up is, okay, what's Obamacare, ACA, and why should I get it? So ACA is Affordable Care Act is what ACA is. It's also known as ACA. It's also known as Obamacare. Now, what some people ask, like, why is it Obamacare, right? Because if you go back to 2009, Barack Obama signed Affordable Care Act into law. That's how it is called. Obamacare is still as ACA, actually known as. And go back and you look at that picture with him on the table and the little boy. I talked about this in the first HAPS. That didn't have any sound. Oh well. We're doing it again. And the little boy that was standing next to him, I mean, he would have to be grown by now because it's like 2021. That was in 2009. I wonder where he is. I'm serious. And then he had people around him at the little table that he signed it on. Yes. So President Obama made this possible, but President Biden is making sure that that you're able to sign up for, and Biden, because he was in the administration, but as a vice president, but he's actually making sure that now you can re-sign up for it, because normally it is not reopened in the middle of the year, like the beginning of it. ACA enrollment period is from November 1st to December 15th, right? And so like the last administration, we'll just say that because that's better than saying anything else. The last administration, they stuck to that 6-week program, and they cut the funding for the marketing for ACA by like 90%. That's why a lot of people didn't even know. Us as insurance brokers and many other insurance brokers that cover the certified in ACA, we did our best to make sure people knew information, but it's not like the power of having the federal government marketing behind a program that actually is meant to help people. So I'm really excited that the Biden administration is really going to make sure people are knowledgeable that this is opportunity for them. Now, I talked about it covers many diagnostic healthcare tests for free, as well as offer premiums inside your budget. And this is really important, again, to get you covered, especially healthcare is essential during these times. Yes, point blank. No matter what age you are. I know I talked about the younger folks, but you can be past 35 and you still need healthcare, right? For real. So President Biden understands this, and this is why he reopened ACA for 90 days, which is a lot more than just 6 weeks. But should you wait until May 15th to get covered? No. And I'm talking about that next, because the sooner you get covered, right, the sooner you can go ahead and see the doctor, etc., and have all the benefits of the ACA program. So I think, yes, it's going. So again, the marketplace will reopen February 15th, and we'll stay open until May 15th. But you shouldn't wait, okay? Because when you get coverage, when you start your ACA, and again, sometimes it can be dependent on income for no cost or very low cost, then you can get your coverage right afterwards. So why? The sooner you're covered each day that you're uncovered, just say illness comes, yeah, and you kind of, have an illness that you may have to pay for instead of actually having coverage that would help you pay for it. So yeah, try and get covered like right away on the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, get covered, right? It's also important that you take care of yourself, your family, while having the opportunity to look at the healthcare you desire and direct that healthcare too. So, all right, Monica, you didn't convince me. I mean, you did 2 shows. One, you couldn't hear anything, but you didn't convince me. So now I can hear you. I want to go forward. What the world do I do in order to do so? Right? What can I do? So let's get that up. All right. So just say you want to go forward and you want to look into your options, because that's what it's about. It's about looking at options with ACA. So how do you go about doing that? So I'm going to share my screen again. So give me a second. All righty. So we're going to present and move over here. Boom. All right. This is our website. This is MRW Solutions Group. Insurance made simple is what we do, right? And so if you wanted to go and you said, okay, Monica, this is interesting. I like what I hear. I want to look at my options. What can you do for me? How can we get it going? All right. So you're going to go to this book online function right here. It's so simple. It is so simple. And you're on to insurance, health insurance appointment. You see these 2 smiling people. They are smiling because that guy just gave them ACA. I mean, I'm just giving an analogy, but either way. So you hit request a book. And then you're going to come to this page, right? And just say we're going to do 17th, right? So February 17th, you're going to pick the day and time that works for you. In this case, it's going to be 7:30. Then you're going to receive a Zoom link once you book your service, and then the consultant for appointment again. Put your name, email, phone number, add your message, and hit request to book. And then you're going to get a Zoom link. We're going to get a Zoom link, and we're going to meet you on Zoom on that day. So let's go back. So let's say, okay, Monica, but it's Monday. Okay, the 15th is Monday. I need coverage Monday. But you ain't got no evening hours available. Well, first of all, we're going to put some more hours here. But secondly, you can also, at that point in time, you can call us or email us. Say, hey, Monica, I just need to meet with you at 6:30 on Monday the 15th because I work all day. And so I got to just meet you in the evening. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to make that happen, Captain, because we believe it's important to get you covered, right? So we'll meet with you then. Right. So if you don't see a time, we're going to have more time. In the evenings, Wednesday is usually our evening appointment day. But if you don't see a time there, just give us a call. Our email is here too. So I just wanted to make sure you had that information. I'm going to push this again so you can go onto our website, mrwsolutionsgroup.com. And we're going to get back to the front page eventually by hitting home. That's how you do it. You're going to go and you're going to hit book online, and then go to a health insurance consultant appointment, and then book that time, right? You can also, I don't see times here, Monica. I need some more times. Send us an email, call our phone. We will get you. We would like to make sure you are covered enough. That's the point. Yep. All right. So that's how you can learn more. Yay! I got this done a little quicker this time. Probably because I already did it. And yeah, I'm not going to say that again. I will make sure my mic is on from now on. All right. So last but not least, I wanted to cover this, right? And I'm going to come back and put up a new image. And I'm going to make that image bigger, hopefully. Alrighty, yeah, and then I want to take me out. So we're going to be having a upcoming Turning 65 a virtual workshop event. Now, again, this is free too. Our consulting services are all free, but this is going to be for people who are turning 65 within 2021. We're going to be talking about the benefits that they receive from the Medicare program. Now, just to let you know, MRW Solutions Group is not endorsed by the Medicare program. We are not the Medicare program, but we have a sponsor, which is called Medicare Scholar. And that's how we give the information about the Medicare program and what benefits and features are entitled to people once they turn 65. Now, meanwhile, between time, we also don't talk about any plans in that workshop. So it's not about, okay, yeah, this plan, that plan. Nope, we're talking about the benefits themselves. Number 3. Okay, Monica, I am not in Michigan, Ohio, South Carolina, Texas, or Virginia. Can I still come to your workshop? Yep, you sure can. So you can be in any state that you want to. This is a virtual workshop, any other 50 states. Come on, we would love to have you there. Information in regards to how you can connect. You can go on our Facebook page. I'm going to put this up again. That's the link directly to the virtual workshop. But in the same aspect, I'm going to give you another one, which is where we're at on Facebook, which is at Monica RW MBA. Just go under events, right? And then you'll see the workshop there. You can just click sign up, and yeah, we'll see you on February 20th at 3 o'clock. The program is about, give or take, about 45 minutes. And you can ask questions too, if you like. We did one last month. Great. It was great to do it. We look forward again to doing it this month again for anyone that's turned 65 in 2021. So if you know your mom, dad, uncle, aunt, cousin, somebody down the street, have them come to this virtual workshop. As you can tell, I have a tendency to talk a lot. But the good thing is that I slow it down a lot for the 65 event because we're dealing with a lot of information. And so with that, I want to make sure people get it. And I repeat myself here a lot because I want to make sure people get it, even though I talk fast. It's a Michigan thing. Yeah. Okay. So that's that. So thanks again. I'm so happy I was actually able to get this done without having people not hear me. Oh God, that's great. So if you want to connect with us on Facebook, you can do so. And I'll give you the information. Yep, it's coming up now. How to do so. We're also on Twitter. It's the same place. So if you do at Monica RW MBA on Facebook, right? That's my Facebook page as the insurance consultant. You can also connect with us on Facebook at MRW Solutions Group. You can do like both pages. Please share them. And then on Twitter, you can also connect with us on Twitter at Monica RW MBA. Yep. Yay. You can check us all 3 of those places. Isn't that nice? So yeah, that's how you can stay in touch with what we do. Now, I'm telling you right now, we're going to be back to Habs TV. Awesome. I told the story in the other show, but I'm going to tell it here. So when I got on the Habs TV, I was just so happy to have like other Habbers, if you want to go there, connect right in with us, right? And I was just like, oh, it's so welcoming here. And I just thought that was really nice. And so I'm definitely staying. I can tell you that much. We love StreamYard, but I mean, we can just go, shoot. We got 7 different places that we're doing this right now. And that way people can really find out information. We will probably do another show either Saturday evening or Sunday. Because I know I got a couple of things I got to do on Saturday. We're going to be talking about life insurance. Right. Okay. No, I don't want you to just like, no, there she goes talking about life insurance. No, we're going to talk about the good things about it, right? Because I think it's really critical that people understand that life insurance also can be a wealth building product. And so we're going to talk about that, and along with the reasons why it is that it's important that if you don't have it, that you need to really, really get it. Okay. And it, yeah, I love going into that subject matter, right? And then we look forward to having some, people, guests come on. Oh, I'm going to probably look for some of those people that are connected with ACA to come on to our program and talk about it. Like, some of the people we talked about in that New York Times article, that'd be great. So we'll be looking for that in the future. And yeah. So thanks, Habs. And also going back to the beginning, thanks to Revolutions McInnes on Twitter. Again, you can follow him at News for a Laugh, who helped us know about Habs TV. Woo! Really excited about that. Yay! All right, so we're going to be bringing it down. And with that, thanks so much for tuning into today's Are You Covered Enough podcast on Habs TV. Yay. With that, we're going to get ready to go out. So we're going to start our music again. Again, we'd love to give shout outs to independent artists. So this is Ben Sound. This track is Dreams. And here we go. Have a good day. Enjoy your night.